We just arrived up here at Daffodil Hill. This is the first day that it's open. Today is Saturday, March 30th, 2019. This was really well advertised, and it was crowded getting in here today. We had arrived at 12:10. We finally got to park around 1:30 that afternoon. This is the first time that me and Ron has ever been to Daffodil Hill, so it's really a bit exciting for us today. We've been wanting to come up here for quite a while. They were closed last year due to the weather. Anyway, a little bit of an idea when you're coming up the road. Just know that there's 3 roads coming into the parking lot of Daffodil Hill, so you're not the only one waiting online. They do have parking for everybody. As people leave, they let more cars come into park, so it's constantly flowing. They do have parking attendants at the top of the hill. There's no charge for parking, and they're really doing a heck of a job up there on the top of the hill to get things going. They do have a restaurant, place to eat up on top. There's picnic area. They have a really nice little booth also that sells all your souvenirs. They have hamburgers and hot dogs and all that kind of thing. This here's a little picnic area that's really cute. There's plenty of room for children to play, tables to sit on, to enjoy your meal. You can really make a day of it if that's what you'd like to do. You definitely want to bring your camera when you come up to Daffodil Hill. I've got Ron taking some fabulous photos. Be sure to hang out for his photo gallery, and you can enjoy some history at the same time of Daffodil Hill.
Oh, this is really pretty right here. You want to be in front of it? Oh, restroom straight ahead. There's a lot of photo ops in here.
They do have some porta potties here at Daffodil Hill once you arrive. The lines are very long, and I do suggest that you go to the restroom before you arrive to Daffodil Hill, just to avoid the lines if at all possible. These are their hen houses that they have lined up on both sides of the walkway before you get up into Daffodil Hill, and they're really nicely done. We're just now entering into the flower area on Daffodil Hill, and it's really beautiful and really well done. It's really very pretty up here. And it's so nice listening to all the people and enjoying their laughter and their happiness. I think flowers brings that out in people.
So funny.
I'd like to share with you Ron's photo gallery, and during this time I'd like to give you a little bit of history about Daffodil Hill. Daffodil Hill is a ranch owned by the McLaughlin family since 1887, and it's located on Ram's Horn Grade in Volcano, California. In the early days of the gold rush, Daffodil Hill was a regular stopping place for teamsters hauling timber from the Sierras down to the Kennedy and Argonaut mines, and for the eastbound travelers heading for the Comstock lode on the Amador, Nevada Wagon Road, which is Highway 88. In 1877, after coming west from New York and Ohio, Arthur McLaughlin and his wife Lizzie Van Vorst McLaughlin purchased the ranch from Dutchman Pete Denzer, who planted a few daffodils around his residence in memory of his home country of Holland. Arthur and Lizzie continued to plant additional daffodils to beautify the ranch. Daffodil Hill is situated in a beautiful mountain setting at a 3,000-foot elevation in Amador County. With pine trees, the original 1880s barn, wagon wheels, gold rush era mining equipment, and antique farming implements. It appeals to anyone with a love of nature and history. Flowers are everywhere, and peacocks, chickens, miniature donkeys, their names are Rosie and Sunshine, and a horse named Hannah are also there for young and old alike to enjoy. With over a century of nurturing, today much of the landscape around the old homestead is covered with several varieties of daffodils. The McLaughlin's descendants have continued to personally plant several thousand new bulbs a year. In the past several years, an average of 16,000 daffodil bulbs per year have been planted by the Ryan brothers and their families. great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, and great-great-great-grandchildren of Arthur and Lizzie. It is estimated that today, Daffodil Hill is carpeted with approximately 300,000 bulbs when in full bloom. Daffodil Hill is open only in the spring, usually from mid-March through the first weeks of April. After that, it goes back to a working ranch and is not open for visitors. Mother Nature determines the length of the blooming season each year. Daffodil Hill is not open during or immediately after inclement weather. Visitors are advised to call Daffodil Hill at 209-296-7048 before they visit to make sure it's open. Daffodil Hill is open 7 days a week during the season from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., weather permitting. Admission and parking are free, although donations are gratefully accepted. McLaughlin's Daffodil Hill is a family-operated and funded operation, and any donations help fund new bulbs for the following year. The family requests all visitors please stay on the paths at all times and do not enter the planting areas or pick the blooms. In an effort to preserve the tranquility of Daffodil Hill, no pets are allowed on the main grounds. After leaving Daffodil Hill, you might want to walk through the town of Volcano. It's a lovely historical little town that has little places to eat, wonderful little shops to browse in. The town is named for its setting in a bowl-shaped valley, which early miners thought was caused by a volcano. The early morning fog rising from the valley floor only reinforced that belief. There's quite a bit of history in this little town, and it's something for you definitely to explore. After leaving the town of Volcano, we head back over to Highway 88, and we find ourselves in the little town of Jackson, another wonderful historical little town worth browsing. It was already late afternoon once we arrived in Jackson, so it was time for us to get a little bite to eat. We ended up finding a fun little place called the Brick House Brewery, where we had some fabulous burgers and brews before we head en route home. You've been road trekking with Row and Low. I hope you enjoyed our video. I'd like to thank you for watching, and please do subscribe.